All right, Julius, can you just talk about the Saturday 6 championship games? It's going to be a pretty exciting time at Tucson High School. Talk about what that experience will be like.
Oh, it's going to be exciting. It's going to be exciting. It's going to be wild. We're expecting a nice crowd, a lot of good football from a lot of good kids from our 8U all the way up to our 13U. We've got some really interesting contests that's going to come down to the wire, especially in our 10U and 12U division. I think those are going to be two really tough games on Saturday. It's going to come down to the last play.
So a lot of families will be there. A lot of Tucson area people. What's that experience like? It's like a community thing.
Oh yeah, what it is, it gives a lot of the parents an opportunity to come together as a family. When you think about it, often we sit down nowadays and have dinner and have breakfast. But now you get to come Saturday and you got grandma there, your grandpa, your Nina, all those people that are out there celebrating with you. So we're going to have a lot of parents and relatives at the game.
And you were talking about some of the talent that some people could see that maybe 3-4 years they'll see them in high school and they'll be like, yeah, I remember that.
Oh, yeah.
There'll be a lot of that kind of talent there.
Oh yeah, we're going to have some talented kids, especially from our, like I said, our 10U division, our 12U, our 13U. We're going to have some very, very gifted kids at the 13U level from both the Raiders and the Dolphins side that we're going to hear about as freshmen. You're going to hear about them when they're sophomores. And come out Saturday. You'll see what I'm talking about.
Yeah. To do all this kind of work, it is a lot of work for you. The organizing, dealing with all the things that you have to deal with, the crowd control, the officials, so forth. How difficult is that, or how do you handle that?
Well, it's a process. We start in January, putting everything together as far as how we're going to go about having security and people that's going to work the game, expectations, purchasing trophies, making sure we evaluate the best officials to do those championship games, and then just finding a site. I mean, this will be the first year that we played at Tucson High in about maybe 7 or 8 years, and we're trying to reestablish that relationship. We had a great relationship with Keno. That's not something that we're passing up on. It just didn't work out this year because I would love to go back there as well, or go to Keno one year and come to Tucson High one year, and reestablish that relationship. But there's a lot of work that goes into it. A lot of planning, making sure that we have the right people in place to manage the games and so forth.
And can you talk about Coach Gonzalez, the tragedy that happened last week, and listening to your meeting, it sounded like a lot of you guys are trying to rally behind the family, and what exactly are you guys trying to do for them in this time of need for that family?
Well, basically what we're trying to do is do as much fundraising as we can to help out the mom and help out the 3 kids. Because it's going to be a difficult time over the next couple of years and the next couple of weeks and so forth. So what we've done is ask all our associations to donate what they can. They started a GoFundMe account for Coach. I mean, he was a very well liked man, very good coach. The kids loved him. He had a good rapport with his coaching staff, and we're going to miss him. I mean, it takes a lot to be a volunteer at this level and to commit yourself to working with kids 3 days out of the week and then in the off season. So what we're trying to do now is do the best job we can to make sure his family has some comfort, and if we can do that by raising money and getting them some financial comfort, then that's what we're going to do. And like I said, all our associations, all 15 of them have stepped up and donated money. And we're doing a big event on November the 10th out at the Redskins Park. And we're inviting everybody to come. And the 49ers and the Redskins players will get together and just bond and fellowship and talk to each other because they're friends. This is a family program.
Yeah, I noticed with the meeting, all the coaches and presidents here, it's like you're meeting your own family. Like it was like in the living room.
Yeah, and that's what it's like. I mean, even at our presidents' meetings that we have once a month, that's the number one thing we try to do. That doesn't mean we don't disagree on things, because we do.
Just like a family.
Yeah, exactly. And me being in the position that I'm in, sometimes it's a tough decision. I got to make some tough calls, and I'm not going to please everyone. I'm not going to make everyone happy, but I try to do what's right. And my thing is, I'm always going to err on the side of the child. I'm going to do what's in the best interest of kids, and that's how I run the program, or that's how I try to express myself to all the different presidents and all the different coaches. And I try to hold people accountable when they step out of line. And and that's a process within itself as well. It's just because somebody said somebody did something wrong, I just can't jump on them or jump out there and say this is what we're going to do. I gotta put some people together. We gotta investigate the situation, and then we deal with it as things start to unfold.
And the championships are this Saturday, and what happens after that with the regionals?
Yeah, we have regionals in Las Vegas, and those regionals will be November 16th, 17th, and 18th.
Okay.
And then after that, 2 weeks later, we'll send teams to Florida if they win the regional championships. They'll head to Florida to participate in the national championship game, and we'll send a 13U 8th grade all-star team to Florida as well, and an elite cheer squad to Florida. Our cheer director this year, she's done a great job, getting our cheer program together, and getting some kids prepared to compete, in Florida. And I tell people all the time, the football is one thing, but our cheer program is the biggest part of our program. I mean, if you came to the cheer championships last week,
right,
it was huge.
And then lastly, the trophy. It's pretty nice trophies, and you have it for every age group, right?
Yes.
So, what can you comment about how nice those look?
Well,
to you?
We try to mix it up.
Yeah.
We have trophies for our 8U program, 9U, 10, 11, 12, and 13. Last year we gave out some. They were like a crystal trophy, but this year we decided to do something a little different. And who knows, this might become the standard. That'll be a decision for someone else to make if. Once my tenure is done, people come in with different visions and want to do different things.
All right, Julius, I appreciate it. Thank you. Good luck to you.
Good. Same here.